So today I'm going to show you guys how to draw Silvally from Pokemon, starting with the legs from freehand. Start by drawing a circular-like shape similar to the legs of a dog. Extend the shape downwards with two straight lines. Draw another similar set of lines for his other leg. Draw two more straight lines and a jaggedy line at the bottom of them for his first front leg. Draw two more straight lines, or at least almost straight lines, and then draw two triangles on the side of one of them. Next, draw two slightly curved lines on the back end of this creature. This will be for the tail. Next, complete these lines into triangle-like shapes by adding two more slightly curved lines. Add a somewhat wavy line for the tail fin. Complete this tail fin line by adding a little bit of decoration in the form of triangles and two more slightly wavy lines. Finally, for the tail, add three triangles on top of the tail in order to add the spikes. Go back to the legs. Add two round-like shapes on each lower part of the legs. On the outward-facing upper leg, add another similar shape. Add three oval-like shapes on each end of each leg to do the toes. Put an oval-like shape on each foot. Put a small triangle-like shape on the back of the inner leg. So far, so good. Draw a slightly curved line for the back. Draw two straight lines above the back. Draw a few rectangle-like shapes for the neck hair. Drawing the head is where it gets a little bit trickier. Draw a slightly curved line for the neck, lower jaw, and a pointed line for the beak. Draw a straight line above those lines. Draw two opposing curved lines for the ears in a triangle shape. Draw some more rectangles. Draw a curved line and then a triangle. This will be for the crest. Draw a straight line above all those other lines. Draw two rectangle-like shapes similar to the ones on the neck. Overall, your drawing at this point should look something like this. Draw two lines on the rectangles. Put another two triangles inside of the ear and complete the pointed part at the beginning of the crest. Draw a straight line going from the beginning of the snout to the inside of the head, and then draw a circle at the inside of the head. Draw a small triangle for the nose and then another straight line going to the circle. Draw a triangle inside of those two lines that you drew towards the circle. Draw a parallelogram inside of that triangle. Finally, for the eyes, draw two half circles inside of that parallelogram. Go back to the crest and draw three triangle-like shapes coming out of it. Go back to the circle on the side of the head and draw two semicircles inside of it. Go back to the snout. Draw a small line underneath the nose and then erase a small area of the jaw line. Then draw a fang coming up from the bottom jaw. Draw the second arm similarly to how you drew the first arm, but this time do it in a different position. Go back to the first leg you drew. Draw a claw coming towards the back on that leg. Draw two more claws on the front of the foot. Repeat how you drew the first back claw on the second back claw, but this time in a different position. Draw the front claws. At this point, your sketch lines should look like this and should be considered complete. Next, I'll go on to show you how to line the lines in order to make them darker. Choose any marker to draw over the lines in order to make them darker. In this case, I chose a CD marker that's thin and black in order to draw over them in a way that it makes them darker, but at the same time, you can still see details. Complete the line art by adding pen and ink or marker to the lines you originally drew. Also, if you would like to be more precise, turn the small line behind his nose and in front of his fang into a box, and then I'll show you how to color it. First, start coloring by adding indigo or dark blue coloring to the outside of the tail. Color the outer part of the end of the fin a gray color and also color the spikes that color. Color the majority of his body black, letting each color dry before going on to the next color. Don't forget to color the small spike on the back of his foot gray. Next, color the scales on his legs purple. Also, again, if you're using markers, please let the different layers dry before applying another layer. Color his front legs/arms green. And remember, try not to color outside of the lines, especially since coloring on the lines or outside of them can smear the ink into the marker. Color most of his face, the tip of his crest, and his pupil and iris gray. Color the area around his eyes black. Color the inside of his ears and the spot behind his nose red. Finally, color his nose black. Add your signature and then there you have it. That's how to draw Silvally. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, please comment down below.